Oh, I have my cup.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have a special one tonight. I'm joined by Max Mura. What's up, Max?
Hmm. Hello, hello, hello. How are you today?
You done eating your dinner?
No, like I was telling you, I was finishing a delicious cream pie, shortcake.
It looks really
Yes,
good. It
yeah,
looks
it
really
was.
good.
It's
So,
all inside. Sorry. Yeah.
but anyways, tonight we're doing the Mitsubishi Heavy Industries IGS Optical 8. Um, so you told me that it's listed as intelligence gathering, but you said it's the Japanese translation is image gathering satellite, correct?
No, no, no information. So, it's
Information. Sorry.
Joho Shushu Eise is in English. Joho is information. Shushu is gathering, and then Eise satellite. So it's a IGS-8 optical. It's
Okay.
going into the Sun-Synchronous Orbit, the SSO orbit, which
Hmm.
because you use it, it corresponds nicely with anything you're doing for imaging or something. It's kind of like a what you see is what you get, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a reconnaissance satellite for the Japanese government, you said it's a separate customer, but it's still being
No, no.
placed by
It,
the.
it is for the Japanese government's spy satellite program, and this is the spy
Okay.
satellite program that it came out of the closet in 1996,
Okay.
and it came out of the closet at the same time. The current sponsor of this, the client, is called
Hmm.
in English CIRO, Cabinet Intelligence Research Office. In
Okay.
Japanese, it's called a Naikaku Joho Shushu, Naikaku Joho Kenkyū Shitsu, or
Hmm.
Cabinet Intelligence Office or Research Office.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. So the stated mission is it serves both Japan's national defense and civil natural disaster monitoring. Um, so I think this is the first Japanese satellite I've had on the channel. So I really
Oh, really?
appreciate Max
Oh,
coming on board. Yeah, we've done a lot of Chinese launches. The Chinese have been incredibly busy. Of
mhm,
course, SpaceX is always throwing something up.
mhm,
Um, and then just a random couple. Firefly did the other day.
mhm.
Um, Rocket Labs, so on and so forth. But this is a big rocket.
Mm.
They say the price is about $90 million. Uh,
Oh,
it can take 10,000 kilos to low Earth orbit.
mhm.
It's two stages and two strap-ons. That's where you get the HIIA
202.
202.
Mhm.
Um, 53 meters in height, 4-meter fairing diameter, and the fairing height is 12 meters. So it on the scale of rockets, it's a good size one. So
And so
um,
we're looking at the LAY-1, which is the Yoshinobu Launch Complex. I mean that it is. This is all at Tanegashima Space Center.
okay.
South of Kyushu. But I think they hauled that. What we're seeing right now was hauled out. What did the Japanese do? They haul them out like 12 hours before launch or something. Yeah,
Oh,
something like
really?
that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I know very little about the Japanese space program. I mean, obviously, I know about the JAXA connection with NASA,
Mhm.
um, but I don't know a ton about your rocketry program. Like I said, I think this is my first one. So,
Okay.
um, yeah, and it it's interesting because you like to see the different ways that people do things and the different breakdowns and different ways that rocketry is done around the world. Um, this payload we probably won't see much past what we traditionally see for a Chinese launch, uh, just because of the secret payload or the classified payload. Generally, they'll cut it off after after first stage or.
Oh, look what they wrote. Payload system. I like that.
Oh, I saw that. Huh.
Yeah.
So this is a Japanese specific channel, and I know that or a Japanese specific stream because everything that was in the comments was in Japanese, and I have no idea what any of it says.
Oh, just use Google Translate or whatever. Just put that into your Chrome browser. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we're about 6 minutes and 14 seconds from our T0 time. We see events down at the bottom of the launch. So automatic sequence start looks like our next milestone.
Yeah.
So that's probably internal power, internal computers, internal controllers, so that the rocket can take control of the count and take control of the launch. So
this is interesting. Okay, so it's nice weather here in Tokyo too. I'm in Tokyo. You can't see where the sky's blue, but this is way down in Kyushu, south of Kyushu.
Okay.
So let's see how that goes. The funny thing is, the Japanese. I mean, if you look at the history of JAXA, they had like 3 different independent agencies before, and they first did a consolidation like 20 years ago. They created JAXA, but then they also moved it more under, like, about 10 years ago. They moved it under the administration of cabinet. I think this allows them to do more rather than being under the Ministry of Education or Science or Internal Affairs.
Right. Okay. Is the space program in Japan big? Is it a big industry, big tourism, big excitement for Japanese people, or is it just kind of another thing that happens? For the
I
most
think it's
part.
relatively big. I'm trying to figure out. It's about, the budget is about $1.5 billion.
Okay.
It's not. Is that right? Am I doing my math right? Yeah, it's about $1.5 billion US dollars or something like that.
Okay.
Around that, with the exchange rate. So I don't know how large that is or how significant it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's significantly smaller than the US, but we spend money like it's crazy. So um but yeah, tank pressurization to start in T minus about 36 seconds here. So they'll be pressurizing the tanks to flight pressure. That ensures good propulsion, good flight, all that stuff. And we were talking actually pre-show about the fact that Japan used to use solid rocket motors, and we talked about the rocket program, even in the United States, came from the Redstone project, which was all solid fueled rockets. I mean, there were ICBMs, there were missiles, defense at the time.
So, yeah, exactly. That a guy like you probably told me, because I was not very smart. And I go, why does Japan continue to use solid fuel rockets in the program when everybody has kind of logically moved to liquid? And they didn't answer me. They just looked at me and said, "Hey, Max, what do ICBMs use?" I go, solid fuel. And they go, there you go.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot more complexity and a lot more things that can happen with the liquid fueled rocket, and you're dealing with cryofuels because you have to have an oxidizer that can stand up. So, yeah, I mean, like I said with the Chinese, the galactic energy launch last night, if you can get away with it, you just have to be really precise with your math. But if you can get away with it, there's a hell of a lot less complexity, and it's going to be cheaper and easier to get up there. So why not? If it's working, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So,
so these were the H2. Okay, Now they didn't have this is the H2, not the H2A. It's not the H3. Yeah.
Okay. So, and I wasn't sure what they used specifically because, again, I don't read Japanese, and I wasn't sure what to copy over to
Mhm,
see. But it looks like we're using liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen. So,
mhm,
cryogenic liquid oxygen and H2, which is liquid hydrogen.
mhm,
Um, so yeah, I mean, it's a relatively common fuel. That's what NASA uses for
mhm.
a lot of their vehicles. It's pretty rudimentary and it works. So again, why change it if it works? So
Now for civil, I'm not sure what you cited before. The purpose of this for Japan's domestic civil disaster.
Mhm.
I think it was just yesterday the Japanese cabinet released their um, photographs of the Noto Peninsula, Ishikawa Prefecture, where there was an earthquake and tsunami, and
Yeah.
they said we don't want to overplay our hand. We do not want to show the level of definition that our spy satellites have for imagery.
Mhm.
So they claim they dumbed it down, but as I indicated, one of these former Japanese Department of Defense guys looked at it and he goes, "Damn, if this is dumbed down, that means their level of the precision, that sort of resolution must be really good." You know,
Yeah. Yeah. And and I mean, as technology advances, it just gets better and better. So we're T minus one from a water curtain start. So that would be your water deluge system. So that dampens sound, um, protects the pad, that kind of stuff. T minus 10 from flight mode.
oh,
So we seem to be good for launch. We're T minus 20 from liftoff. So thermal battery activation, all systems ready. So they're transparent with their call outs at least.
and,
Manage and start.
8, 7, 6, 5, 3. Oh, look at
There's
that,
SRBs, and we're off the pad. Liftoff. Dang.
man.
For being a big rocket, that thing jumped. That was off the pad quick.
Oh,
Pitch over, gravity turn.
burnout. Solid rocket booster A burnout is in. Oh, it's another minute. Okay, 60
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah,
Okay, that's A. There's two, right?
yeah. Well, they should both go at the same time. So
Oh,
you probably have a 93-second specific impulse. So somewhere in that time frame, 91, 93 seconds. So everything looks nominal. I mean, we don't have any telemetry or anything like that, but everything looks like we're going good. So
yeah, I think they have enough experience with the H2A that
mhm.
this is. It's not like the H3. I think they had a kind of a flawed H3. So
Hmm.
it's kind of like with cars when you do a major model change to an versus a minor one.
Right, right. Oh, we're
Oh
getting
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah, I see. Oh, there's a
graphic.
nice graphic. That's excellent. Okay,
Yeah.
I see.
And there's our burnout on
Oh,
the
awesome.
SRBs and jettison in 15. They're carrying them for a long time. That
Yeah,
seems like you jettison them because you want to
the
get rid of that
balls are
dead
gonna
weight.
drop off now. Watch everybody. No
Yeah.
balls.
And fairing jettison in about 2.5 minutes.
Mhm.
No, I mean that's it. It's
Oh, you can
interesting
see
to
it.
see.
That's
Yeah, yeah, because that's a long burn time for that core.
Mhm.
So when they burn the hydrogen and liquid oxygen,
Mhm.
the byproduct or the burn off is
Mhm.
liquid water.
Mhm.
So it's also very, very clean.
Mhm. Oh, it's cleaner than propane. A clean
Yeah.
burning fuel. Yeah, it's like King of the Hill. King of the Hill. Hillbilly.
I don't know why we're following those back. Those don't land, do they?
They must, or do they have
They shouldn't have relight if they're solid.
mm,
They might shoot. Oh, did the parachute just deploy?
maybe.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. Oh, it'd be like our little Estes rockets that you have, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I remember when I was a kid, I wanted the one where I think the heat of the D stage rocket would burn a little cord, and then it would automatically activate these gliders, and so your rocket would then glide back. I
That's
never got
cool.
one.
Huh.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like there's some kind of event. We're watching them,
Mhm.
so
Now, okay. Is this a handheld or is it a? Oh, you're off
it
screen.
might
Okay.
be a handout. JAXA official did not have a feed, and I think that's because of the nature of the payload. So
it goes into an SSO, what, Sun-Synchronous Orbit. So,
Mhm.
how high is that? Is that?
So it's not terribly high. So you the main part is you're breaking away from the Earth's gravity. So you're
Mhm.
leaving the Earth. So you're not necessarily going much past, like you're not dropping down or going further out. You're just breaking that cycle of the Earth's gravity. So you're
Okay,
leaving the sphere of influence of the Earth.
so it's under 1,000 kilometers, right, over the surface. Yeah,
Of
something like that. Between like 600 to 1,000 kilometers over the Earth's surface. That's the altitude.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the
Yeah.
observation ones. Yeah.
Do we lose the boosters? I really thought there was something was going to happen with them the way they're tracking, but I love the spiral look to it.
Is that live or is it frozen? Oh, okay. It's can't.
No, it looks like it's live. Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought the spiral would move more. Yeah.
So typical time is about 8 minutes to get to orbit. So should have them 2.5, 3 minutes of burn, but they should drop that other stage too. You would think.
Oh.
I'm not sure I know what the camera person is doing here.
Yeah. He's looking for guidance, I think. I mean, I don't know if he's able to spot it anymore, so he's trying to figure out where to point. Yeah.
Yeah. So our graphic is still showing that it's burning. So I'd imagine there'd be a cutoff at some point.
You say 8 minutes, you think, from launch?
Usually about 8 minutes, yeah.
Yeah.
8.5, somewhere in that vicinity.
Okay, so about 2 minutes more, so under 2 minutes maybe. Yeah, I'm waiting for that graphic to change to say, okay, hey, does another stage drop off or?
Right.
Oh, right. Oh, look, it's fading.
Oh, I thought it was staging, but then we lost our graphic. Huh.
Do they have any voiceover or anything? Okay. They
No.
still say they have the timer from launch. I'm wondering if they're gonna put another event, you know.
Right. Oh, maybe they do. Oh shit! I didn't turn on the audio.
第2弾エンジン燃焼開始。燃焼開始。
カメラはですね、ニコンの P1000 っていうカメラを使っています。
They were using a Nikon P something.
重さが 1.5 キロぐらいあるんですけど、10万ぐらいでですね、3000ミリのズームが使えて HDMI で映像が出せるっていうね。
結構 talking about the camera, how much it weighs, its spec, how much it costs, but
ありがとうございます。多分ね、打ち上げ中もいろいろスパチャとかギフトとか教えてくれ送ってくれた人がいたと思うんですけども、すみません、カメラに夢中で見れていませんでした。この場をお借りして、はい、ギフト、スパチャ、送っていただきました。ありがとうございます。 動きましたね。
Who are these guys? Are they just a channel, YouTube channel, or
I think they're just-
打ち上げ後8分が経過しました。
Yeah, I
ロケ
think
ット
they
は
just
安定して飛行を
watch
続けています。
enthusiasts. Yeah.
It's 8
because like I
minutes
said, JAXA wasn't showing
doing
it.
it.
So
Oh, these are rocket
Oh,
nerds.
okay.
Cool. I guess,
yeah,
huh?
basically. Yeah.
Okay, they're at the observation center, and that sounds like an announcement from it's the 8-minute mark, and I think the rocket launch is completed. I think they said I can't.
一応ですね、多分衛星分離のアナウンスがあると思うので、衛星分離のアナウンスまでは気を抜かずに、このまま車上を見ながら皆さん待ち構えておりましょう。
He said they'll probably announce something when the satellite is out and up there. Then he said, just wait a minute, maybe they'll come out with an announcement. He's not exactly sure,
Oh, okay. Okay.
but it's
Good. We're in good hands.
Yeah. I can hear him. Yeah. Oh, so that's what they were doing. He was using his a handheld Nikon, I guess. He said it weighs about 101.5 kilograms, and
まあ、
something else about the lens.
100キロ以上が宇宙なので、もう2分ぐらいで宇宙には出てたと思いますけどね。
It's about a 100 kilo uchu, what 100-kilometer orbit, or I'm not sure what he.
Kármán line's heavily debated, so usually around 200 kilometers is Kármán line or the
まあ、
line of
今回ですね、
space.
ペイロードが情報収集衛星なので、ペイロード分離して、こう、ちょっとね、なんでしょう。あ、今ねってわからないぐらい程度にはちょっと間を置いてから衛星分離が確認されましたっていうのが来ると思いますね。
I'm not sure what he said. He said because it's an information gathering
放水はで
satellite.
すね、打ち上げの前と後にありますね。打ち上げ前もね、放水したりあれ前やってるよね。前やってると思います。
打ち上げ後10分が経過しました。ロケットは現在安定して飛行を続けています。
So from launch, it's been 10 minutes, she said. And what I can't catch what. There's something else that maybe the satellite's being released right now in orbit or something like that.
Could be. Could well be.
Mm.
Let me pull up JAXA and see if they have any updates. Probably not, since they didn't show it. But
I wonder what the facility they are they just at a resort? No, they must be at a JAXA facility, right? Sounds like it because I hear
I
these
believe so.
announcements. Yeah.
yeah.
Is that water that they're spraying?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not sure why they're still spraying it, but at the beginning you would be for sound suppression and stuff like that. But let's see.
What happens to the main rocket? Does it come back down or does it stay in orbit or?
It should burn up. Should
Hmm.
come back down and burn up in the atmosphere.
Yeah, it'll be 12 minutes from launch in 10 seconds.
Yeah, I would think it would be up by now.
Mhm.
Let's see what they have. So they might have a mission profile from a different one that we can use.
ちょっと衛星分離のアナウンスを待ちながらですね、ちょっと片付けの方も私進めておりますので。
He said before they announced the whether or not the satellite has been successfully launched, he goes, I'm just going to clean up.
来たらですね、リプレイをして、リプレイが終わったら配信締めたいと思います。
He said, I'm going to clean up a few things. And
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he's going to replay. Why is he saying replay? They've already played a confirmation. I'm not sure. I wonder.
打ち上げ後13分が経過しました。ロケットは現在安定して飛行を続けています。
So they say it's now in there, I guess. I think that's what they're saying. Let me have a look to see where they're.
あれですね、英語向けの情報を少し言ったのかな。
Oh, there's some
ノミナル
English.
フライトです。ノミナルです。
It's a nominal flight. I don't know what that means either.
Nominal is a good flight. Nominal is
Okay,
a good
nominal,
call
right.
out. So that's what we want.
Ah,
Cool.
okay, yeah. There's no complications or anything like that.
Okay.
Okay, that's kind of fun. Nothing got blown up. Sorry. Sorry, China. Sorry, North Korea.
So your orbital altitude for your SSO is perigee of 300 kilometers and apogee of 500. So do it a little bit different.
Oh, that's really low.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I thought, because I always thought it was like 600 to 1,000 kilometers, and
it looks like they raised the orbit after it's.
Oh,
so they hit an orbital, like an orbital track, and then raise the orbit to where they want it to be.
Okay.
Right. So that's what they aim for, and then they go past that. Yeah. So cool.
Oh, that's kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you? Where do you get these? What's he saying? Oh, he's just saying thank you very much.
Oh, they're probably going to cut it too then.
Yeah. Oh, that's an interesting. That's an interesting channel. Oh, you have.
第2段エンジン燃焼停止。
So this is the channel. I don't know what.
Okay. Oh yeah, the optical launch live streaming. Okay, optical 8. They put the name of the payload in there too. That's cool.
Yeah. Since I'm an idiot, I'm gonna go play the launch again because I didn't have any sound because I didn't push the button. So we'll go back here. See if we can hear anything.
情報収集衛星光学8号機を搭載した EST ロケット48号機は2014年1月
Sounds good.
Yeah. Oh.
Dang, that's a ton of power.
Yeah.
打ち上げ後1分が経過しました。ロケットは順調に飛行を続けています。
All right, that's good. I just didn't. I wanted to see if there was sound since I didn't push the button. But so what does Mitsubishi Electric make everything basically?
Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, right? MHI.
Yeah.
Oh, they make for example, until they for more than they were making aircraft, all sorts of vehicles, major construction projects. I remember I had the Revel model kits for the F-15. So they used to have, like, when I was out of grad school, Japan had like 160 of these F-15 DJs, McDonnell Douglas. They were making them under contract at outside of Nagoya at the OA plant, and
okay.
And they don't finally, look, it was weird because I'm going, they still make that. I was saying this way back then. They still make the fucking F-15. But one of the first projects was a retro night vision for the cockpit, and that was surprising. So suddenly it really hit. I go, oh, now I get it. I'm kind of slow, but the Army guys would make jokes like, yeah, Air Force goes, they get off at 5. I realized because you had like at that point in the 90s, like 160 of these F-15s, and they didn't have night vision capability.
Yeah. No, I just thought it was interesting. And is Mitsubishi, because you guys are capitalist, Japan's capitalist, right? So they're not like a government agency. They're like China. China's space companies are all owned by
MHI is a publicly traded company, and Mitsubishi is MHI is representative of these what they call these zaibatsu, huge conglomerates. And so after the war, one of the things they thought the zaibatsu were kind of an evil, and they technically disbanded them, the zaibatsu, but they kind of survived, and you'd call them I don't know, keidetsu, related companies. But definitely Mitsubishi, Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. You mentioned Mitsubishi Electric. There's Mitsubishi Motors. I think they sold that off to Daimler or to whatever, to Renault. But for the most part, Mitsubishi is one of the big ones, and of course, a trading company. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah. No, I just always been interested. So, but yeah, so I like to keep these around a half an hour so people can watch them. So we're there. I want to thank you for joining me, buddy, and it's always good to have the information. So, but
we can do it again.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have you want to throw your channel link or something in there?
Oh yeah, I have. What is it? It's a real Max Mura. If you just go at Mark. I think real Max Mura. I've only been doing like mostly the videos of the articles of Robert Whiting. Like Robert used to work. He came out in 1961. He worked for both on NSA and CIA projects. Both on the U-2 project and then also purposeful low entry, low altitude flights into China to figure out where their radars were. This is from 1961. But he's the preeminent authority on English language for baseball, Japanese baseball, and also organized crime. So that's what I've been mostly doing right now. I'll look for some of the rocketry. I don't know what he has. By the way, he did. There is an article that he put out on January 7th with regards to the collision between the Dash 8 and the A350 at Haneda Airport.
Oh, okay.
And he said in 1960, I'm going to get around 63 or 64. There were these, maybe it's 63. There were these. There was a incident at Haneda Airport, and then a few days after, there was a plane taken off and it crashed, and then a few months later, another one crashed. So he said that article's there. It's I read it, but you can. I'll just give the link. I think you can. I'm not sure if it'll work, but it was called remembering the Haneda Airport incident. It brings back memories, but it's an easy read. And this one is actually, if this link works in your chat, I don't know if it's going to work or it's a comment has failed to post to. Maybe you can do it. I'll just put it in your private chat. If you could do it, it doesn't require a paywall. So this one is, I think, paywall free. But
okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna post it right back
I couldn't post it into your comments, but you can probably do that if you're the administrator or something.
Yeah, I threw it up there. So yeah, I'll definitely read it because that was an unfortunate tragedy. It seems like you guys had a rough start to the year. The earthquake and.
I mean that Dash 8, it was like Dash 8 300. I think it must have just got crushed, through those 5 crew members of the Coast Guard. And that's why the pilot probably survived. He was in the cockpit.
Yeah.
But that was nuts
sure.
because I was watching Meme Copian stream, and he was going. People were saying, "Oh, the A350! Look, it's on fire. Aluminum. Yeah, aluminum does burn." But then I only realized later. I said, "No. A350 is carbon fiber. It's composite, so it probably burns a lot better than aluminum does." Yeah.
No, Shenny, it's 100% working.
Yeah, it should work.
Yeah, working. If not, I'll give it to you after. So, but cool. All right.
Oh, well, I know why. You put the link, and then there's not a space between Haneda Airport -brings, and then
okay.
got a space between opens and a new tab. You just have to get rid of that word opens and put a space between it. That's why it didn't work.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, see? That is the internet.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, next, maybe we'll go live to North Korea.
Maybe. No,
one-way ticket. We're going to be there live. Nice knowing you.
Yeah, it worked for me, but I pasted the whole thing, not the smaller portion of it. So, yeah, but all right. Well, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks, Max, for coming on. And we're going to sign off for the night because I've been streaming all day long on multiple channels. So
you need some rest. Yeah.
Yeah. So have a good night, everybody. And thanks for watching.
Good night.